Hi, good evening. I scheduled this one and I wasn't sure exactly how it worked, if it just started all on its own or not. Um, Welcome. I am Nicole of Equally Creative by Nicole. And this evening I have another catalog launch set of products to share with you. I'm actually going to show a little bit of old and a little bit of new. I'm going to start with the old and we're going to get started right away. If you are following me on YouTube, I would absolutely love for you to like and share. Let's see. And subscribe to my channel. Haven't figured out how to move lives over to the regular without downloading and uploading again. But you can always click on the live tab and see what I'm doing. So let's see. I said I was going to start with the old. So let me find this page right here. All right. So I'm going to start with this Good Feelings stamp set. So, hi, Karin. So frequently when we have a color change, every year we get those new in colors, we will recreate with our stamps, or the team will, some new products with that stamp set. So let me pull this a little bit closer. And this is one of my favorite types of samples in our catalog because it shows something super, super simple, stepped up just a little bit, and then, of course, something for the avid crafter. And this Paper Florist die set, I'm just so excited. One of these days, I will actually dive into that and create some flowers. It really reminds me of that wreath kit that we have that I put together. So it's really nice. I like it. So we're going to use this Good Feelings set and we're going to recreate this card. We're going to do what's called casing, which casing simply means copy and share everything. So here are the stamps that are in here. I have not even used all of them yet. I've used the thank you and the one we're going to use tonight, the sending sunshine and good feelings your way. And so when you case a project, you can do as little or as much as you want to create or recreate that card. So I chose to recreate this card by doing a 4 1/4 by 11. It is scored at 5 1/2. I'm simply folding that over. I want to use it in a landscape type of position. So this color is last year's in color, Tahitian Tide, but I'm partnering that tonight with Bubble Bath, which is one of our new colors. And again, I have this one ready to go. So I have a piece of thick basic white here, and I did thick because I'm going to put this up on dimensionals so that it pops just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. And just want to make sure I get this inked up well. We are going to trim this piece of paper down when we are done here with our stamping. Remember, if I mess up, I do have a second side. It looks pretty well to me. Let's see if I can hold that a tiny bit closer so you can see what that bubble bath looks like. Okay. And I am going to pull out our paper trimmer. And we're going to simply trim this down. And so I'm going to start on this side. Now, one of the tricks to knowing where to cut is when I fold this guideline down, there is a crack or a crevice where the blade cuts. And I am simply looking at this valley right here to make sure that my ink goes across here, but not into this channel there, the Grand Canyon, as you will. So my dark blade is a deep cut, so I'm going to go ahead and do a deep cut there. And I'm going to flip it around and do the same thing on this side, watching where my stamp lines up with these ridges and valleys and the Grand Canyon. I'm going to pull that through, and I am going to do pretty close to all these just because I want to have extra space for the blue to show through. Just gives it a little extra of that color. So mine has turned out a little less rectangle, almost a square, but I think that'll still be all right. I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay. So we have sending sunshine and good feelings your way, and I am going to put it this way. And again, I'm going to use some dimensionals to put this up so it has a little bit of dimension, texture to it. Now, again, remember we are copying or casing the super simple card. So yes, we could do all kinds of things to zhuzh this up. We could add a layer of something that is embossed. We could add a layer around this that has that bubble bath color. Anything we want to do, we can, of course, add. But it's a great starting point and super simple to kind of get going. So here is what the base of our card looks like. And I did do a full 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. And I do believe the one in the catalog is a little bit more square. I didn't play with measurements. I went with, let's truly make this super simple, nice and easy. So I'm going to go ahead and add this simple layer on the inside with a little bit of Stampin' Seal. And that is simply for a little extra added fun on the inside. With really dark paper, you definitely want this. This is light enough you could write in it without the extra. I just really like that frame type of look, that matted look. We are going to use these loose daisy embellishments. And we're going to try something a little different today. So I'm going to add some adhesive directly onto my silicone mat because these loose daisies are just that. They're loose. I put probably more than I needed some glue on there. And I'm simply going to use this putty tool, and I'm trying to make sure I don't have a whole lot of putty sticking out because I really want it to just adhere to my daisies. We're going to dip it in the glue and then stick it to the card. Now, I have done these daisies a couple of different ways. I've used the fine tip glue pen. I have attempted to put some adhesive on the back, and I am hoping that tonight's experiment here is going to just be the winner. So I'm going to try to line this up so that you could see both. So the goal is to pick up the daisy, dip it in the glue, and stick it to the card. So let's see if that is what we can do. So we got the daisy. So now I'm just going to kind of dip it in the glue and stick it to the card. Now I do see that it might need a second tool to kind of hold it down while I pull the putty piece off. Make sure there's not too much. So I'm going to try a couple of these and see how they go. I'm going to try this one at an angle and see if I can. Nope, definitely needs a second piece to hold it. So if I wanted to, I could pull this out. So I'm going to do it this way and see how that works. Perfect. Okay, so this is definitely by far the best way. If you're using these and it's not for a shaker card, you're going to just pick it up with your putty, dab it in your glue on your silicone mat, and then pull that right off. I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner, but definitely the best way to do this. Whoops. But that one didn't. Okay, now it's stuck. I think I got some of the putty stuck in there. There we go. All right. And I'm just going to keep going with this and add a few more. Of course, I did not copy exactly the way the book has it, so that is definitely the beauty of casing things from the catalog. You can kind of do things as you wish. And I'm going to use them all up. All right, so here we have it. Just going to put my tool back together and get it out of the way here. So here is that cased card with a little extra daisies on there. So that is what that looks like. Okay. So I'm going to move this one out of the way because I said I was going to share some old and now I'm going to share some new. So let's go ahead and share. Since we're talking about casing, I have a couple of cards that were cased for our team swap. And one of our ladies made this wonderful daisy card. It says you made my day. And look at those daisies. Oh my gosh, just so fun. So that is from the new daisy suite called Fresh as a Daisy. And you can see it's got 4 products. It has fabulous double-sided designer series paper. We've got some gems here. And we've got this wonderful stamp set as well as a die set that goes with it. And I'll just remind people that when we have new items in the catalog, frequently we'll have, as you can see, we'll have a suite of products. This suite is $73.50. And if you buy them all together, you save 10% by buying a bundle. You can also get just the stamps and die cuts, and that is also a 10% savings. So you can save a few dollars when you buy things when they just come out versus buying when they're the following year. They usually break them apart and you're paying individually for each piece. So just a quick reminder about those things. All right, let's see. My next item here is this fabulous card that was made by my leader, Jennifer Hill, who is on a fabulous trip right now. One day I'll get there. So this was her Crafting with You set that she had, and it is also a stamp set and a bundle available right now. So let me find that, page 91. Okay. So here is the Crafting with You stamp set, which I do have. I have not really played with this yet. I'm probably going to bring this with me to my retreat in June that I am so grateful to be going on this year. So this has this wonderful stamp set, but these dies are just phenomenal. So there are extra dies in addition to the ones that are going to cut these. I'm trying to hold that really close so you can see that it's got the spools for the thread and lots of teeny little extra pieces. I see some hearts. I didn't pull the actual dies out because I'm a dork like that. Let me see. I think I have mine put away at the moment. So no, I do not have those out close by. So I just get to show you all the fun pieces and parts on here. And Jennifer actually sewed on all of her card pieces. Let's see if I can get that close to show you that she made French knots and those leaf, whatever they're called. I don't even know. I don't do a lot of hand sewing, just hand binding. So there you have it. All right, so let's show one more item. So the last thing I'm going to share tonight is the Zoo Crew. I know I've kind of sort of shared it before, but tonight I'm going to share it a little differently. So this was May's monthly card class. And so I'm going to share with you all the items that either came in your kit or would have been at your seat if you were in person. So let me move some things out of the way because I have a bunch of stuff. All right. So all of my participants that were in person received a bottle of water with a fun straw. Now, I do believe I sent these out with my kits as well, but I did not send out water bottles. I said I love the post office, but not enough to pay them to ship water. They also received this fun wrap with some animal crackers on the inside that I found. So cute. And each one had a different animal on the front, little pouch. Because, I mean, we were going on a safari. We didn't want to get too hungry, right? Just kidding. We were just visiting the zoo, the Zany Zoo. So here are the cards that we created in our class. This happy birthday to you. You may have also had the other saying, which was you're too wonderful. So that was one of our cards that we made with that fun DSP. We also made this fun puppy dog. And this was a square card, something to celebrate you. And we just punched these out and added all these layers. Okay, we also created this wonderful llama, which also had the you're too wonderful. And if you were in person, you got to sample what it was like to use the die cut machine. We die cut all of our llamas, and you could have colored yours or picked one of the pieces from the DSP to use. So here's what those stamps look like. And then we have the die cuts that match. We also used Stylish Shapes, one of my favorite die cut sets with just some simple pieces there. So I don't know if I have shared these before. I may have, but this is one of the extra cards I created with some of the circle punches from the different animals on the DSP. And then this I did share before because this was a similar design in the catalog that one of my team members, Mary Bohannon, created the case exactly like it was in the in the catalog, and then I recreated it using our Zany Zoo cute little koala there juggling cupcakes. The last thing, and I didn't hold on to one. Trying to think of where I stashed mine. We made the cutest little picture frames. Yep, I've been cleaning my room. I do not see my cute little picture frame anywhere. But we did make a wonderful little 3D item, which was a matted frame, and you got to focus your mat. You got to create an extra layer of matting and then design, pick out which design you wanted to be peeking through. And I actually made a set of 3 for a friend of mine for her birthday. And so I am excited to be able to give that to her. So that is everything that I had to share with you tonight. I hope that you enjoyed seeing that little case of an old product paired with some new items. And then, of course, some new items that we created in our class. And tomorrow night is the Gone Fishing live class. So you'll want to tune back in tomorrow at 7. And that is pretty much it. 7 Central Time. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your week.